Welcome to Winternomics TV. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. 3, 2, loading in 5, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches.
Welcome to the party. 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 Welcome to the party
Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3.
Good enough. You know, I spent the entire prelims just battling IT problems to get this motherfucker turned on. I was just talking to Tiki. I was like, how do all these booby girls on Twitch get their fucking streams to work every day? I've been doing this for like 5, 6 years, and I never, ever try to start this and not have something completely fucked up with something to do with my layout or Stream Deck or the fucking, like, front end image. It's something crazy every fucking time. You guys are getting that too, that my mic is low, right? So I don't know why my mic is low, but this is kind of odd. Yeah, I don't know why my mic is low. I've been trying all morning. Not good. Where does the audio turn down at, this motherfucker? Test, test, test. You guys think it's okay? Yeah, it does seem low on my end, though. I do see that, and I can't fix it. I don't know what the fuck to do here. Oh, my camera's like, what the fuck? Let me see. Test, check, check. Yeah, I don't want you to turn it up, though. Something's not right here. Hang on.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the fuck's causing this. It's just lower than it should be, and I don't have anything else to turn up. See, do other people deal with this on every fucking stream? Like, nothing's changed on this MacBook in fucking years. I don't get how it's different today. There's only so many things you can even change, you know? Okay. Don't know what that meant. What else is in here? Properties. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see it. Video capture. Check, check, check. Test, test, test. Holy cow, that's annoying. I have no idea why it's low today. Alright, I'll just speak fucking louder. How's that? I didn't do shit, so I don't know why it'd be better, but I'm just gonna fucking yell through the whole fucking show like you guys love me yelling at your asses in Discord. I know you love that. Alright, fucking Christ. What do you guys think of today's artwork? I made that over the weekend with some of you, your inputs inside Discord. Where'd he go? Click. I can bring up a bit bigger, better picture of it. Dig it? What do you think? It's like Fatum Demoness, you know, kind of like light and the darkness don't really have a separation unless you see it that way. Shout out to some early tippers. Appreciate you. Philly, what's good, homie? Haven't seen this motherfucker since Philly. Oh, speaking of which, I owe you some pictures. Shit. That slipped my mind for about a year. What up, Kenichi? Appreciate you, sir. Paulie. Gurjit, what's good in the hood? So, yeah, so I thought I'd do a show today, kind of looking where things are. Finally got a rotation that was worth paying attention to in the queues and seeing tech actually finally show some life. It's coming to the morning with like a crazy, dump on the Friday close and then recovery. And looking where the VIX is at, I thought it was worth us looking at some things today. So, let's see. Where do we gotta go here? How many people woke up? So I know right now the time changed over in Europe. So I'm gonna guess a couple people in Europe are gonna miss the opening. So that's always an unplanned. I just had a brain fart. Skeleton crew vibes, right? There's gonna be people every time you have those time changes who literally just never make the adjustment and are gonna completely miss something, on the new timing. So today I think is ripe for skeleton crew vibes in the market because of that. I like some of your feedback. Yin yang duality, double slit. Yep, it was about duality. Do you like the little observer I put on the deck to give it scale? I was trying to so this is something I've always wanted to do before, like learning how to do that is create the perception of scale, and so I created this alone observer, peering out at the beams to kind of create So actually, I want to show you the inspiration for this because I was pretty excited to try that. And I know it's gonna probably look underwhelming when I show you where I got the idea for this whole scale thing from, but this is what I was going for anyway. The kind of scaling of looking out into space from, I already did this with the Uncyber thing, remember? I did like a Luke and Leia looking out at the galaxy and stuff. So I was kind of going for like out the bay of the hangar of like the Death Star, like the scaling of like how these guys were so tiny, I don't know if you guys know this, but the guy who made this is a hand painted image. God damn it, I hate that. This whole thing is painted, and I thought this was fucking incredible. Like a lot of these huge scenes in the hangar in Star Wars are hand painted by this one artist. So I like the fact that the characters made the bay look like gigantic. It really gave it a sense of scale that you're inside of like the Death Star's hangar. So I tried to kind of incorporate that idea and use an observer to kind of create that scaling. I know, first tried something like that. That came out kind of cool though. Oh, what did this thing just do? All right. Enough of that. So, take a look where things are this morning. I know I promised to work scorecards back in hand. I do, but I'm having an issue with. Can I get back in there now? It's been fucking forever. It won't let me back in this thing. Oh shoot. Oh shit. Alright, yeah, I can't do that right now. So take a peek where we're at pre-market. We're going to do a complete macro right now, but let's take a peek. So, been a week of some crazy ass surgical projections in your Intel channels. However, I want some feedback from you guys on this because I do find it really quiet and eco for some of the stuff that's in your market preps and Intel channels. How are you guys on like, having this stuff help you make plans and capitalize on some of the crazy shit that is moving around in the marketplace right now? I try to be as crystal clear as I can, but simple. Right, the VIX right now is actually in a kind of precarious position as it sits on top of the battling bull flags trigger level that we had at 1830 and kind of been resistant to go through it. So that's kind of a line in the sand this week. We know Israel went into the weekend attacking Iran, and Iran basically said they weren't going to retaliate. And we see oil take a fucking fat shit. Off of that, had they retaliated, you'd probably see it the other way. And if oil is weak, it does give room for a risk-on move to happen. So I think we're watching the VIX this week to see how this all plays out, and we'll pull that guy up in a second. This was the charts I made for you guys on call in Discord. There was this guy, and then the plans around these are all pretty good. We had like our low plan if we ever got out of here to make this target level with I believe that's the triple Qs. That was the diamonds, and then no, that's triple Q. That was the S&P. So right now, we're still kind of in the midst of all of these ranges. So that's why I haven't necessarily put any other updates there. But right now we're gapping on the opening, so we do want to take a look at where we're gapping to. Is this thing finally ready? So let's see if this plan I gave you guys works out. Oh, I can't use this color scheme. That's rough. I can't see shit. So we were looking for on the bull side plan of this. See if we get our actual bull flag. Looks kind of good to be there. So let's see if we actually get this plan to play out for today. Market looks a lot healthier. People are still waiting for the top of this thing. The election, a lot of people thought would bring jitters to the month, but the market's almost progressing as if there's nothing going on with that. Some of these guys that we're watching here, let's see. One sec. A lot of things are pretty close to fucking going to fucking another leg out. If we do get strength in the market right now from where we're at. And tech has not been part of shit for a hot minute, Let's see here. One sec, I got all kinds of nonsense. Alright, better. What is going on with this thing? Alright, sorry, my scaling was fucked up. So VIX things, where is VIX pre-market? VIX is at 19. I think this guy is the main thing we watch right now, right? We had this bull flag projection on him and potential rotation here, and he's come down, slammed into this thing that we told you was the main base. He's got it clear, and he's been basically hitting it and coming back out of it. And so this is kind of the market I think this week you watch. Right now, tech does look relatively stronger again on the opening, but if this guy rotates and gets strength towards 21, the market will come apart really fast as it closes in on 21, or at least lose some of its upside momentum. So we do want to keep track of this. And the elections are now, rather close. BTC things. Bit stronger this morning. Thought he'd have probably more, steeper trajectory, get going. But crypto stayed relatively strong. It just hasn't really managed to progress too much higher. We've seen strength in some things that are not main leaders in the marketplace, like Sol. And Sol's region, if you guys remember, this is the low pump area. This is the 3 places low pump showed up in the marketplace. And then this is actually our channel that was a line between bull and bear when we made this first for you guys inside the Intel channels. So we like him above this trigger. So this is a good place to finally see Sol. And another post that we put out that was worth paying attention to. Let me see if I can find it fast. Hopefully I can see it quick. Where is it? Where is it? This one. So this is one interesting correlation I found that was pretty unusual. But Sol ETH, if you think about it, does represent like a greater layer, a greater degree of risk on than ETH. A platform coin that's rather stable and has a lot of knowns. A lot of the speculation in the meme coins on Sol would kind of like garner him a higher degree of risk than ETH. So within the shitcoin universe, right, these are two different stratas of risk, and so Sol ETH has an amazing correlation with the fucking Nasdaq of all things. So looking at that guy, I need love these Tron and Sol and bizarre cross market relationships we show. So that's the projection, for Sol ETH that we had here. How do you get it to go out to the main post? I hate that. Well, if Sol is not done, we're not done. And it's just a sentiment that, if you see risk-seeking behavior inside this marketplace, it's going to be across, multiple asset classes. So I think, if this correlation holds true, Sol ETH clearing the high is pretty interesting to see right now, with the Nasdaq just catching strength, because the Nasdaq's been congested and shitty for the last couple weeks, and Sol ETH has been exactly the same thing. It's just barred out, and the Nasdaq's just caught life. So new all-time high in Sol ETH. We might see what happens here with the Qs if they follow this correlation out. I'll put that back on top of it. IXIC. Pin to right scale. So yeah, that's where we are. So let's see if that indicator holds true, right? It's not quite as juicy as the mass shooting indicator, but it's right up there. Speaking of mass shootings, how many motherfuckers are watching this show right now? Let's see. 110. All right. I'm going to do some numbers real quick. 110 of you niggas, huh? Oh, did you guys see this? This is actually some dystopian shit. Check this out. So, me and TK are just passing around bullshit fucking things about food or AI or whatever the fuck on Instagram. And I was writing him a message back just a casual hey, by the way, something, something, something. And Meta prompted and put up an AI assist box on my DM. So this is the next time I wrote a message, just for example's sake. But I was traumatized. I'm just typing a message back to a fucking a link he sent me. And it prompts this whole thing with Meta giving me help on how to fucking write my sentences back to my friend. Do you know how scary this really is? Because I don't think people value this post, because this post didn't have a lot of real commentary. I see a couple guys in the room, but really if people thought about this isn't really as destructive for us, I guess. I'm in my 40s, but if a kid that's just entering high school who's 13 to 14, that's born into this world, fucking starts to use things like this. Remember, people really don't articulate themselves in voice too well anymore. They sit in fucking consumption mode, sucking in micro content. And now in the text world, where people already don't have a high emotional IQ about what's on the other person's mind, they're gonna have AI help fix shorthand fucking commentary, which will just take away far more communication away from the developing teenager. This is really destructive, in 3 to 5 years. If you guys think about how it feels like people's communication has gone off a cliff since COVID, and there's definitely a notable acceleration to the entropy of mankind, this is only more of that, And at the end of the day, they want to put their AI between every single human interaction because they're scraping us for data to figure out exactly how we behave. But this is really fucking scary when you think about it. So I thought it was crazy as fuck. Well, the funnier part is if you really read this message, look what the fucking AI is saying too. When I said, I say, yo nigga, what's good? Saw this ridiculous shit with AI invading my fucking chat. If you look at the make supportive, it's mocking me. Could technology be inadvertently altering my conversations, replacing my clever comment with more generic automated responses? That's precisely what the fuck this thing is actually doing. You talk about fucking people literally are functionally obsolete. I mean, what the fuck else are we but a fucking battery? If you need help to write fucking your conversation between each other, just fucking jump off a bridge, It absolutely looks fucking crazy. So, yeah, I thought this was a scary thing because it's not so much us that we have to worry about. It's the people who are developing, and need to develop communication skills and social skills. putting this thing in between every interaction, everything you do is not going to be beneficial to us. Maybe it's beneficial to training the AI, but this is not beneficial to us as like, a society. So I thought that was pretty nuts. Anyhow, nope, where am I at here? Undervalued shit. So you guys know my fucking my brand got stepped on there, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And at the end of the day, we did put the call of the fucking century out. This is the best stock market run in the S&P since fucking, what did they say, 1954. I think I stuck it in here. Didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. I guess not. I was sure I put that in the announcement channel. Anyways, it is the best stock market run in the S&P since the 1954. So in all of our living lifetimes, like while being born on this earth, we've never seen a market run like this. And I want you to think about what it takes to actually put that puzzle together in the depths of the fucking bottom of the market in 22 to figure out shit like this. Not only the LTC rotation call and the ETH projection on Graveyard, but do you realize how precise this was? This really was a skew by the media, exacerbating people's collective biases about what was going on, creating this anomaly in the entirety of the recorded University of Michigan consumer sentiment. For it to blow out the banking crisis and blow out fucking stagflation of the 70s is absolutely crazy when you guys think about it. Like 22 was nothing compared to like fucking COVID's low or the banking crisis. Like the banking crisis was literally fucking Armageddon, You had fucking shanty towns and shit in California, people literally fucking homeless, like in droves, and it was nothing like that in 22 to get this thing to actually pierce the fucking bottom. Like the Biden FUD and the FUD, like, against like fucking the administration, the Federal Reserve, inflation, all of that was so fucking extreme. What you see on social media, this rabid, like, tribal behavior. Everyone's either fucking conservative, liberal, and no one's hearing anybody's conversations. You've got this like environment in social media that allows people to just fucking like be willfully ignorant of anything that goes against their fucking prevailing bias. And you have this like, tunnel vision, like that's being really maximized out there in the population that I believe contributed to this extraordinary fucking like event happening and blowing out fucking all of the other preceding events. I won't read the whole thing to you. But like, I said to the I said today's Michigan consumer sentiment reading is now lower than in the end of the 70s era stagflation, banking crisis that deflated the entire world in 2008. While the reality of this market pullback is nothing in comparison either of those previous major lows in University of Michigan consumer sentiment. What is different today is the efficiency of the mainstream media in sowing the same idea almost overnight worldwide, like we saw with Russia and Ukraine. Not a soul that is screaming recession right now had a fucking thing to say 6 months ago, and it's starting to look more like MSN manufactured a crisis of confidence more than the crowd being astute observers of impending doom. I mean, this is actually like, as far as like sentiment read and the technical analysis and fundamental evaluation of what was going on, this is like one of the top calls I've ever put out in the public, and I did this one also live on the show with you guys. Think how good that. Now, we didn't discuss the art back here. This is before I realized you motherfuckers weren't reading what I wrote in the tweets. You were just clicking the link. Like, I didn't figure that out until it's like Christmas with you guys. But if you really think about it, this was for the polarized fucking nature of the market sentiment, right? Everything about this was perfect. Low volatility begets high volatility, which begets low volatility. A vicious cycle that revolves around emotional extremes. In this world, an objective eye is key. This is the fucking call of the century. Before the fucking shooting cluster, figuring out the University of Consumer Sentiment, which ultimately led to fucking knowing that the shooting cluster was really pointing us at something really fucking serious. Right? So I put those guys together. Those two shows are probably underrated and underviewed for what they are, but these have the, I have the banking crisis low on March 6, 2009. I have the COVID fucking low and the fucking VIX 80. I have the VIX 60. And I have the entire rotation of what became the greatest stock market pump for the S&P, even bigger than the internet bubble era, also now recorded live on stream. And both major components for the sentiment emotional read for the low, the outlier event for the shooting cluster, and the collective fucking skew that appeared to form inside the University of Michigan consumer sentiment. So as far as like, analysis world goes, this is like fucking like, you know, gold medal shit. So there's 110 motherfuckers on here. Make this hit 110 at least, bitches. We're 118 now, right? The calls of the century. This one too. 37, underrated. Make this hit 118. Both of those. Do a nigga a favor. Anyways, so back to market stuff. We're on 901. Time flies. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of break shit down right now and get you out of here because I want to be right up at the bell when shit starts. So let's peek at what we got. Let me get this off of here. Start with the use. That's some crazy shit though. It's not the largest market show in the world, but you gotta admit I put down the fire for you guys. You never get any FUD about this or that fucking coming or Biden this or that. None of that nonsense. So what is going on here? Regular, okay. So just trying to check into the big indexes, right? There's definitely a shift. We always talk about one to pay attention to things like the QQQ diamonds. Because we want to know that, like, you know, which side of the market we're leaning to. Are we leaning to, like, you know, the industrials and financials tilts? Are we leaning towards fucking, like, tech? And tech has been, like, you know, we said dead money through most of October, which is this, right? Tech has just not been it. And every time we flex downwards, you know, industrials flexed or financials flexed and tech did nothing. So this is the first time we're seeing a little bit here that tech looks like it has some life to it and possibly keep going. So that's a good thing. Another ratio I check is the XLK, XLF. We haven't put this on the show in a while. But we had that guy. Did we have that guy? No, it's not him. Sorry, XLK, XLE. That guy. So we want to see this, like, for a good bull run, right? There tends to be a very counterparty relationship between energy and tech that I've observed, like, since the internet bubble. You can go all the way back here. If I quote it this way, you'll see it, XLE, XLK. The entire, like, internet bubble itself, like, the collapse of the internet bubble in March 2000 resulted in a mega bull run in energy. And the banking crisis ultimately rotated that situation, and the bull market from Obama that began under the Obama era rotated energy into a massive tech run. So keeping track of this, if this ever turns back up into being bullish, that won't be a good thing for us. But in the lower resolutions of this, right, when we look at XLE, XLK, right, a bull run right now in XLK and XLE would be something we want to see to support, like, tech having much more legs to it and, you know, ultimately going much further than people realize. So right now that looks pretty good, right? XLK looks like he's kind of strong, which is Qs, which is tech. So that's the outlier right now. Nothing looks good like your industrials. Like where this guy is, he looks good for tech, and, you know, it looks like the Dow's not even part of that situation right now. Checking small caps just for the sake of it, they also look like shit. So the only thing that looks like structurally good this morning, actually going to the belt, is tech, and that's always scary, right? Either, you know, it's going to be a strong tech day to play or fucking really weak everything else to fucking, like, get yourself into. So right now I'm leaning towards, it looks like, you know, this all ETH thing is telling us that the market could go risk on. Checking crypto too. Crypto looks good for that also. So it's good to see that strengthen, you know, it's obviously in crypto, and we have it in tech in the morning. So let's see if that sustains. Again, the thing you're watching today is this VIX. This VIX gets fucking life and starts to pump towards 21. That won't be a good thing. He cracks this level and does this, let me change the color of this thing so we can see it. Where did the, oh, there you are. So as always, the VIX going downwards is a bullish thing to the risk asset, so I always make the downward direction a bullish color for the VIX, since he has an inverse relationship to the market stuff. And then this guy, you know, we'll keep him out here again and make him what he's supposed to be. So, all right, that happens, right? Pretty self-explanatory. And crypto stuff also, I think, pretty self-explanatory. Totals, not in any special new place, so that covers that. DXY things. DXY has been ridiculous off the Stevie D level. I gave you guys some really good shit on in Playbook. What the hell was it? This is a trifecta. Look at how good these came out. So I gave you guys the dollar yen, all three piece, right? The carry trade. A lot of people forgot about it, but, like, this is literally the definition of risk-seeking behavior, right? But putting your capital in one place that costs you less than the return of where you placed it, and just playing the differential of interest rates is fucking, like, risk-seeking behavior 101. And the carry trade is one of the biggest ones there is between, you know, sovereign nations that have safe enough places to put massive amounts of capital. So we had the dollar yen projection, pound yen projection, euro yen projection. This is pretty sick. dollar yen projection. Money. Pound yen projection. Just about money. Euro yen projection. Pretty spot on. So hope you guys are paying attention to that. The carry trade is one of the definitely big misses for a lot of people in this bull run. The fact that you can get leveraged interest rate differential payouts is one of the highest returns you can get on your money out there. And if you can play the massive tide that's been going on against the yen, I mean, it's like a win on win. But Forex used to be the thing that was kind of like had the crypto mania in 2004. It's kind of funny to see how many people don't pay attention to it. But at the end of the day, like interest rate differentials between fiat, when every one of you's got nothing but fiat in your pocket, is definitely a missed opportunity. So that covers a little bit of currencies, what we see there in DXY. Let me zoom up to a higher res on that guy. I'm at 907 DXY. So that's the scale of the bounce. This isn't a moonshot in the dollar right now. And so a lot of people are like, hey, stocks are going up and the dollar's going up. And never like misunderstand that the DXY is the USD itself. It's not. It is a USD versus a basket of currencies. And so all it's telling you is that the dollar is strong in a basket of currencies. It doesn't mean that currencies themselves as an asset class are outright strong. It just means the dollar is relatively strong to other currencies. That usually is an indication to pay attention to dollar strength. It can be that the dollar is strong here, plus other places you're having a deflationary bout. But right now you're not having that. You're just having a relatively strong moment for the dollar versus other currencies while you're having a risk asset bounce. And that happened at various times through Obama's presidency and at parts in Biden's already. So one of the things that kind of tells you is like when the dollar is relatively strong against the rest of the world is not actually doing that well. And so one of the illusions is that inside Biden's administration that the market has gone up because things are possibly relatively good. But really it's the fact that we're just relatively better off than everyone else in a crisis situation. And so that kind of lends to capital flows going into the United States and strength of the dollar at the same time. When Obama took over, he took over in a banking crisis, so the world was just in crisis, and all it meant really that the U.S. had really strong equity markets and strong currency was the crisis was relatively less for us than everyone else who was tied to our economy, who ultimately had an amplification of the crisis ripple through their economies. So up and down doesn't mean objective, absolutely good or absolutely bad. It's a relative thing. You can have risk assets rise in America without great economic conditions, simply the fact that our economic conditions are relatively better than the other people who are tied to us who are doing much worse. So that's one of the mistakes that gets a lot of people trying to call tops is they expect that things have to be really rosy for things to be going up. And at the end of the day, that myopia of only knowing about your local economy and not the relativity and the differentials of performance between your economy and the other economies leaves people really lacking the perspective to make such calls, All right, that's enough of that nerdy monologue. You guys get all that? So, all right, let's see what's going on in Europe. Nothing really notable there. Germany tends to look a lot like the Dow. UK, it looks like absolute garbage forever. So Japan's up 600, but they're kind of also pretty congested. Nothing really gleamed there. So we covered DXY, all that good stuff. I guess there'll be some symbols real quick. I think I saw somebody ask for Sol USD. I thought I did pull up Sol USDT. Yeah, I pulled up Sol already when I was mentioning him, inside these zones. So this is a trigger I have for Sol. And again, for this guy, right, you want to see a bull flag north of the trigger. So he's actually doing that right now. And then we have another trigger at 79.85 for him to get through. So as long as Sol ETH looks like he does, and Sol BTC looks a little bit stronger, and crypto looks like we're going risk on with tech. For right now, things look kind of positive on the long end for these guys. Amazon. Okay, well, it's in a good spot there from whenever we last looked at it. So that's Amazon's wake up all-time high of life, and Amazon's trigger for that is just getting back on top of this, which he never structured. So we're looking for this thing completely outside, right? Like not like tied up inside the level, but like completely like free and clear of it above. And he's in a good place again if this market goes bull. CAC 40. Did I just look at that? Germany, where'd it go? Yeah, so the CAC is sitting on his previous all-time high from 2021, kind of the same place that Amazon is. You can see here this congestion he had, one system that was kind of like situated on top of it that gave you a pump into this range. So you're just looking to see if he can hold this, oops, this rotational high, like that he's sitting on top of this again. Let's think. I think you wanted to sit off of that level, and that's really ridiculous. You want something like this to happen again. You could possibly fucking rotate through this angle right now. If the market tracks higher and the Dow catches any strength, you probably see this guy come behind it. Fucking love these fucking yard guys. Jesus Christ, every day. So something like that is possible. And he gets up there again. You'd want him to like structure something on top of this. Also, that's tiny. Let's make it again. And another structure up top there. Alright, that's CAC 40. AAVE USD. Oh god, the last time we had this guy, what a disaster. Let's see. So he's just been really weak coming out the ground. And so, like, some of these things, when you see some of these guys that are super laggards, unless they have, like, some specific story you know about, a lot of times it's not your best idea to chase the guys that are dogs of the market. It's like chasing all the other guys outside of NVIDIA and watching NVIDIA leave you for 2 years. Always try to find the best of breed. That being said, I think that's what you're dealing with right there. If Total and all those guys arc out of there, then you'd probably watch him to play catch up. DYL. What is that? Deep Yellow Limited. That looks like trades over here. What is this? Dollar stocks. What do you got? What nonsense is this? Non-energy minerals, other minerals. Okay. Historically, looks like a disaster. Lots of volume there. Some kind of mineral energy play. Don't know exactly what that revolves around. So clearly, it's got something going on in it. That much volume buildup in it. I can get why it would have anyone's attention right now. What's this? Split 127 for the 125. What kind of weird ass split is that? 77 for 75. What the hell? That is a bizarre split. He's got another one back here too. 1 for 20. Reverse stock split. So this guy was at fucking subatomic particle resolution at some point and just got reverse stock splitted up to this. That's interesting. So I generally don't like seeing companies that have to do that. They have to basically divide their shares back into fucking a range where they don't look like they're fucking OTC garbage. But this guy was basically OTC garbage. that being said, looking at him, yikes. You gave me the real crap. You know what? Find better stocks. That's my analysis to you. Probably above that threshold is where you give a shit about this guy again. But underneath it, it's probably risky. Let's see. 981. 981. What is this? 981. Oh, okay, there we go. Yikes. Just looking at it versus the US Semiconductor Index. I'm not sure what's going on in this thing. Some crazy price action. I mean, he's a stick. There's some specific news has been changed about what's going on with him that led to this, and you're looking for continuation moving that guy. You know, all you can really plan for, I guess, with this dude is got that recoil high right there. He never got to it again. He 2B'd that. So that would be the range. I'd want to see him get back outside of this level is what matters. So him structuring something on top of this is where continuation would come from. Everything else in here, you know, he could kind of do. He kind of do something like this and just fuck off in here. Until he ultimately decides he's gonna leave, you know. So I think kind of like just be patient, let this thing do whatever it's doing. INJ. You want INJ or you want INJ USDT? So this is INJ's market cap. And that's injective itself. So this is OG one we had on the show before we ever did this. And, you know, he's been basically in cool down mode ever since. So not sure what exactly the mechanics of this guy are, like what he does, if he's diluted or anything like that. But, you know, he's in this kind of like, you know, fade he's been doing since March. He's not performed with any of the upside stuff that you've seen in crypto. And again, so he's like not like, you know, not best of breed for sure. INJ BTC. Let's see what he looks like there. Yeah, it looks fucking terrible. So this is pretty much critical territory for INJ. He needs to hold where he's at right now on this last level that rotated from this flag, or otherwise this guy's going to probably keep bleeding the way he is. But he doesn't look good at the moment, unless he rotates from right here. Sol USD already did that, and Sol BTC already did that also. I see one more in there I can squeeze in. Techie, what is that? 10 cent? What is it? TCEHY. Yeah, 10 cent. I haven't actually looked at these guys in some time. Pay attention to this high where he's at. That's what he 2B'd right now, right? So he did like the same thing we just looked at on the last coin. So, you know, rotating through here right now, I think this is a good area. This 2018 high, you see this structure, how he stabilized the system like this right over it. We're looking for that over here, something like that also. So something like that guy on the left. All right, motherfuckers. Wow, I got to 920 anyway. That's exactly what I was trying not to do. So, you know, be patient out there. Pay attention to things like I showed you, like the VIX. Keep eyes on him. He's in a place that if he like gets strength, you know, things will get bad really quick. And right now, tech, you just want to see that tech remains a strength above like industrials, which he does look like for the morning. So if the VIX is stable to falling, and it gets to push out, right now, crypto, tech, and you know, crypto and tech both look like they're interesting places to stay on top of. Sorry I didn't get to whiff, my friend. I just missed that. There's some dumpster diving going on here. I definitely think I see some stuff like there's a lot of strong stuff in the market in crypto, and you guys are like looking at the bottom of the barrel. You don't want to do that. You know, that's how people like stared somewhere else while Nvidia took off and kept on thinking it was too late, and it was too late. And you watch Pelosi like pile in again later, and it's like, you know, follow the smart money, right? She's not bailing on that thing. She's been right from the fucking trenches. Don't go dumpster diving. Well, what might be the next AI thing? What might be the next iPhone? The iPhone's the iPhone, right? Nvidia's AI. Like, pay attention to your market leaders. Yeah. So memos on memos, motherfuckers. Make sure you go review some of those shows like Polarized and Void Dweller. Those are fucking iconic shows, man. They're like literally on video, probably my best market calls ever. Now that the market is actually extended to such a ridiculous level. For anybody else that wants fucking crazy ass fucking like play by play fucking TA like that, make sure you fucking find the member part of YouTube and join our Discord with the same YouTube or Gmail you use, and then we have other channels inside Discord you have to find. If you can't figure it out, just ask somebody inside. Till next time, motherfuckers. Good luck. Stay safe out there.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.